Alright, so to look in our Teams page under the most current week's channel, right? Algebra 1, we're on week 9 now. And the first thing you'll see is today's work, right? Wednesday work. We're doing page 2 of week 9 problems, questions 1 through 4. If you log on to Khan Academy, you'll have one practice as well. And please watch this video in addition. I also have marked a new place for you guys to take attendance for today, tomorrow, and Friday. Right, and let's take a look at week 9 problems, right? So we should have finished page 1 by yesterday. Right, and now we're on page 2, right? So this looks different than this, right? This looks like we're going to be graphing. So let's take a look at what we're actually going to be doing, right? We're doing page 2, so let's go up to page 2 examples so we can see the pages in the packet that correspond with the work that we're doing today. Alright, and we see that the topic is graphing two variable inequalities, right? So two variables, meaning that there's a y and an x, right? Where else do we see y and x's, right? In our lines. Y equals mx plus b. So what we just got to do here is we just pretend that it's an equal sign, right? For the example 1, we have the equation y is greater than 3x minus 2. So we're going to graph 3x minus 2, right? mx plus b. So our starting value is b, or negative 2. And every time we go over 1, we go up 3. Over 1, up 3. So, right? And then when you have it graphed, right? If this line is strictly greater than, right? If it does not have that line underneath, you make it dotted, right? To say that it can't be on the line. It could just be close. And if there's that line underneath, then you make it solid. Then you test points to see whether the answer is going to be above the line or below the line. Right, remember when we were doing the one variable inequalities, we graphed it on the number line and it was either going to the left or going to the right. So now that there's another dimension here, it's either going up, it's going to be above, or below. Right, or you could also think about it like left or right. So, moving on to see how this works out in practice. Right, let's pull up the homework help problems. Oops. Alright, so we're on page 2. We're doing problem 1. So here we have the inequality. Y is less than or equal to 3x plus 1. Right, so mx plus b, so our starting value, right, we just want to graph 3x plus 1. Right, imagine that this is an equal sign. So, mx plus b, so our starting value is 1. So we could go ahead and we could make a dot at 1. Right, that means our slope is 3, right? M is our slope. 3 is the same thing as 3 over 1. So from that first point, we're going to go up 3 and over 1. So we go 1, 2, 3, over 1. 1, 2, 3, over 1. We could reverse these two directions. We could go down and to the left. 1, 2, 3, and over 1. 1, 2, 3, and over 1. And 1, 2, 3, and over 1. So there we got our line. We're going to make this line solid, right, because there's the line going underneath. right, it's less than or equal to. But if it was strictly less than, right, if there was no line, then we would make the line dotted. But we're going to make a solid line here. And now we got to pick 2 points. So we're going to pick a point. The easiest point that you should always pick is 0, 0, right? And then I like to always pick positive numbers, right? So in order to have positive, it has to be in this first quadrant. I like it if one of the numbers is 1, so I'm picking 1, 5. Right? 0, 0 is a number you should always pick unless it is on the line. You can't pick points that are on the line. They have to be slightly off of the line. But 0, 0 should be a number that you always pick. Unless if the line passes through 0, 0. So anyways, and then you just use your better judgment to try and find easy numbers to plug in. So we have these 2 points, right? 1, 5 and 0, 0. Right? X and Y and X and Y. So now we got to see which one of these will make this inequality true. So we're going to replace the X and the Y with 1 and 5 and 0 and 0. Right? Is 5 less than or equal to 3 times 1 plus 1? Or is 0 less than or equal to 3 times 0 plus 1? 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 0 is 0. If 5 is less than or equal to 3 plus 1, or 0 is less than or equal to 0 plus 1, 3 plus 1 is 4, 0 plus 1 is 1. So is 5 less than or equal to 4, or 0 less than or equal to 1? Right, the bigger number should be pointing to the smaller number, right? So we know that 1 is bigger than 0. 4 is not bigger than 5. So this point works, right? Remember 0, 0 was at the below side or above side? Right, below. So we're going to shade it in. And that's how we show our answer. Our answer is saying that if you pick any of these points, it'll satisfy this inequality. So moving on to the next problem, right? We did problem 1. I'm going to do problem 2 now, and then afterwards you guys do problems 3 and problems 4. So for problem 2, right, we have negative y is greater than or equal to negative 2x plus 3. So mx plus b. So our starting value is b. So our starting value is 3. So let's make it out at 3. Remember, the starting value is always on the y-axis, never on the x-axis. And that makes our slope negative 2, which is the same thing as negative 2 over 1. Since it's negative, right, instead of going up, we're going down. So we go 1, 2, we're still going to the right. 1. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, down 2, over 1, right? And then we're good. So we could reverse this. So instead of going down to the left, right, we could go up, down and to the right, we could go up and to the left. Right, we're just following this line. So we got 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. So we got our line here. So remember, the line underneath or equals to means solid. If it's just the arrow, dotted. So we have a solid line here. So right, we could pick 0, 0 again. Right, and then I picked 1, 3. But we could, any of these points over here would be kind of easy. I like to leave one of the points as 1. So now, right, we have our 2 points, 0, 0, and 1, 3. So plugging it in now, right? So x, y, x, and y. Right? So instead of y, we're going to say 3 and 0. So 3 is greater than, right, negative 2 times 1 plus 3, where 0 is greater than or equal to 3 times 0 plus 3. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, and 3 times 0 is 0. So if 3 is greater than or equal to negative 2 plus 3, or 0 is greater than or equal to 0 plus 3. So now, right, negative 2 plus 3 is 1, and 0 plus 3 is 3. So which one of these is correct? Is 3 greater than or equal to 1? Or is 0 greater than or equal to 3? Right? If you're confused about the terminology about what these signs mean, just think about, is the bigger number pointing to the smaller number? Right, so we see that which one works, right? Orange for below or blue for above? Well, blue for above, right? 3 is bigger than 1. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to shade in the area above the line here. So that's how we do problem 2. So remember, you guys still got to do problems 3 and problems 4. And then you guys got to log into Khan Academy and do that practice and watch that video as well. And then you guys are done for the day. Remember, this is the last week where there will be assigned work because we are just so close to summer vacation. So with that, you could log off and enjoy the rest of your day.